The battlefield wasn't a valley of dirt and dust. It was digital, streams, drones, tactical overlays. And in the middle of it all stood Goliath. Not a man, at least not anymore. Goliath was a fully augmented war machine, 6'8", bulletproof armor, exoskeleton powered by a private military AI system. He didn't just fight, he predicted, calculated, and adjusted in real time. The enemy's every move was fed into his onboard neural net. He was faster, stronger, and smarter than anyone on the field. And for 40 days, he dominated. Governments sent their best. Seasoned fighters, elite tech soldiers, even drones. All failed. No one could beat Goliath. No one wanted to try. Until David showed up, 17. No combat training, no cybernetics. Just a courier from a farming village, bringing food to his older brothers. He saw the fear in their eyes. He saw Goliath's taunts echoing through every screen. And David said the one thing no one else dared, "I'll face him." They laughed. They called him foolish. But something in his voice made them stop. Because David didn't come with fear, he came with focus. Not armed with steel, not backed by corporate sponsors, but with a tool no one expected, an open-source AI assistant, downloaded from a forgotten corner of the net. Everyone else had the best tech money could buy. David had something different. Precision, intent. A system trained not to dominate, but to outthink. The countdown to the impossible battle had begun. The military tech team offered David their standard gear: smart armor, targeting helmets, advanced exoboots. He turned it all down. "It'll slow me down," he said. The commander raised an eyebrow. "You'll be dead in 10 seconds without it." But David had already begun uploading his assistant, an obscure AI program called Stone 5, a minimalist system. Lightweight, silent. It didn't look like much, but David had trained it himself. While others were upgrading to the latest weapons, he was fine-tuning algorithms. While his brothers drilled in combat, he trained in pattern recognition, signal delays, sensor blind spots. He knew the flaws in Goliath's system, because every system had them. "What's your weapon?" they asked. He held up a slingshot, an antique, manual, ridiculous. "It's analog," he said. "Off-grid. Won't be hacked, can't be tracked." No one knew whether to laugh or stop him. But David wasn't there for approval. He walked alone toward the battlefield, boots sinking into gravel and ash. On screens across the world, Goliath's sensors picked him up. The system flagged him as non-threat. No military signature, no heat map, no visible weapon. Goliath's voice boomed from built-in speakers. "This is your champion." David didn't answer. He just kept walking. Calm, controlled. His AI assistant whispered through a tiny earpiece. "Target acquisition ready. Wind resistance calculated. Launch vector mapped." Goliath stepped forward. Concrete cracked beneath his boots. The whole world watched as metal faced flesh. And for a moment, everyone held their breath. Goliath's system began to scan. Target lock initiated. Heart rate stable. Movement minimal. No armor. No weapons. "This ends now," Goliath said. The crowd watching around the world expected a slaughter. David stood still, feet planted in the dirt. He was quiet, but calculating. Stone 5, his AI assistant, fed him real-time data. Target vulnerable at right temple, thermal shielding weak, side angle clear in 2.7 seconds. Goliath raised his arm cannon. The ground shook as he powered up. David didn't flinch. He reached into his bag and pulled out a stone. Not just any stone. Weighted, balanced, mapped for drag and impact. "Launch now," the AI whispered. David loaded the slingshot, took one step forward, and fired. The stone cut through the air faster than a drone cam could track. Goliath's system tried to compensate. Too late. The impact was silent, but the result was instant. The giant staggered. Sparks flew. A critical failure warning flashed across his visor. Then, collapse. 6 tons of military-grade tech hit the ground. The battlefield went still. Command centers went silent. Every sensor said the same thing. Threat neutralized. David stood alone. No roar of victory. No victory dance. Just a kid with a slingshot, and an AI assistant barely anyone had heard of. They studied the replay for weeks. Analysts tried to explain how it happened. Military experts reviewed footage frame by frame. But it wasn't just the shot. It was the mindset. David didn't fight Goliath on his terms. He didn't try to match firepower. He didn't imitate the giants. He chose precision over force, simplicity over noise. While the world chased complexity, David stayed focused on one thing, the gap no one else saw. It wasn't luck, it was clarity. He knew who he was, and more importantly, who he wasn't. In a world obsessed with upgrades and optimization, he used what he had, flaws and all. The victory didn't make him a legend. The approach did. The battle was never about weapons. It was about vision. Goliath had the hardware, David had the insight. One moved with power, the other moved with purpose. And in the end, it wasn't the giant who won. It was the one who stayed small and still showed up.